So today's Japanese slang term is推しカラー, or your bias color. Now, importantly, this does not mean the color that you stand. It's not your favorite color. Rather, it's a color that you associate with your bias for whatever reason. Now, if that makes it your favorite color, great, but it is, again, not the color that you oshi, it is the color that you associate with your oshi. So it's very similar to the concept of gainen that I talked about in this video, except instead of an object, it's just a color. So for instance, in this picture here, where someone says that they're happy that one of the resin samples was in their oshikara, they're not saying that they're happy it's their favorite color, but that they're happy that it's the color that they associate with their oshi, so that when they carry this around, this item or this resin around, it will remind them of their bias, which is exciting. The question of which color is the oshikara for a given oshi is not set in stone. Indeed, a lot of times it can be very personal. There are sometimes lists that are provided. Some of them are semi-official. This, for instance, is a supposed list of the oshi colors for every single member of BTS. If you disagree, I didn't make it. Don't blame me, but it's on there on the internet purporting to be something that's set in stone and that fans are supposed to gravitate to and to understand. So if you wear something orange, for instance, to the BTS concert, fans that are in the know will know that you are standing Suga. That said, oshikara can be debated, and indeed, just like with a gainen, some of the point is that no one really knows that you are out there doing oshikatsu. The color that you're wearing, the color that you're putting on yourself, is one that is hidden to almost everyone. And most fans that are, again, in the know, but sometimes it's honestly just you. For instance, this person here is painting their nails in their oshikara. Who is their oshi? How is that oshi linked to the color there? I don't know. And that's okay, because ultimately this is for the person doing the painting. Now, from what I can tell, this term is pretty popular. This survey here by the Oshikoku company surveyed 1,682 people and asked them if they had a oshikara, and a whopping 96% said yes. Again, to be clear, this is not do you know what this term means, but do you have a color? Now, obviously, this is not a unbiased or scientific survey. If you're going to a website called Oshikoku, you're probably deeply involved in oshikatsu, but having an oshi is not a rare thing these days, and so this is definitely showing a lot of people being interested in establishing a color that is linked to their bias for them. As I can tell, the word is also not new. It's been in use since at least a decade, but it seems to have really popped off in about 2018. Here's a tweet from 2010, though, just to show you that, yeah, it's a decade plus old. As a little bit of a bonus slang, there are some terms that are related to this that basically mean the same thing. Menkara, or member color, is used in a very, very similar way. In this post here, for instance, you can see that the author states that while they didn't have time to take a picture, all of them are decked out in the menkara of the people that they like from the show that they're going to. And the phrases gainen kara, linking to that gainen again, are used. Indeed, it was actually in one of the tweets I showed earlier, if you caught it, as well as oshi iro, which is, just a combination of oshi and color. I prefer that one because I find oshikara a bit hard to say, whereas oshi iro rolls out of the mouth a bit easier. If you really hate brevity, though, oshi gainen kara also exists. You can just jam everything together. Regardless of what word you're going to use, though, again, I have to stress time and time again, and don't just take my word for it, there's this source, and this source, and this source, and this source. The oshikara is not the color that you like, it's the color that you associate with your oshi. If that's the reason you like the color, great, but the fact that you like it has nothing to do with the fact that it is the oshikara or gainen kara or oshi-iro or whatever you want to call it. So when this temple says come visit on the day that is your oshikara, they're not saying on the day that links to your favorite color, they're saying that on the day that we've given a color to which reminds you of your oshi.